Hey, there you are. Come on in. You don't have to be anywhere else for a little while. You don't have to do anything impressive. You don't have to answer anyone. You don't have to be productive. I thought it might be nice to make a little place like this, a quiet corner, somewhere soft, somewhere you can come to when the day has been a little too loud or a little too long, or maybe just a little too much. A place for soft voices, quiet stories, gentle conversations, and good company. Nothing dramatic, nothing demanding, just somewhere to land. So, welcome. I'm Ayla, and I'm really glad you found your way here. Maybe you're working, or cleaning, or reading, or just lying somewhere with your headphones on. Maybe you don't really know why you clicked this. That's alright too. You don't need a good reason. You're here now. That's enough. I've always liked the idea that a voice can change the feeling of a room, not in a big magical sort of way. Although I suppose sometimes it can feel a little magical, but mostly in a simple way. A voice can make a room feel less empty. A story can make time feel softer. A quiet conversation can remind you that you don't have to hold on so tightly all the time. Sometimes all it takes is someone speaking gently nearby, and suddenly your shoulders remember they're allowed to drop. Your breathing slows a little. Your thoughts stop rushing quite so hard, and the world feels just a little easier to be in. That's the sort of feeling I'd like this place to have. Like stepping inside somewhere warm after being out in the cold. Like sitting near a window while rain taps softly against the glass. Like a lamp left on in a quiet cabin. Like someone looking up from a book, smiling and saying, "Oh, there you are." No pressure, no expectations. Just come in, get comfortable, stay a while. There will be stories here, I think. Some cozy, some strange, some gentle. Maybe a few characters who wander in and make themselves comfortable. That tends to happen with stories. You open the door, just a little, and suddenly someone is standing there with opinions. Very inconvenient, but usually worth it. There will be soft spoken rambles too, the kind where we start with one thought and somehow end up somewhere completely different. I make no promises about staying on topic. In fact, I think promising that would be dishonest. There are too many interesting little things in the world to get distracted by. The sound of pages turning, rain on leaves, a good cup of tea, a candle burning lower and lower, a forest path you don't quite know the end of, a sentence in a book that makes you stop for a second. The particular comfort of hearing someone move around quietly in another room. Tiny things, soft things, the kind of things that don't demand attention but reward it. And there will probably be moments that are a little playful because comfort doesn't always have to be serious. Sometimes comfort is being told to stop overthinking, gently, obviously. Sometimes it's someone saying, you're doing that thing again. Sometimes it's a small laugh in the middle of a sentence. Sometimes it's being teased just enough to make you smile, but never enough to make you feel unsafe. That's important, I think. Warmth should feel warm, not sharp, not demanding, just present. So, if you've had a difficult day, you can leave it at the door for a little while. Not forever. I won't pretend everything disappears just because someone says something softly. That would be very convenient, but probably suspicious. Still, you can put things down for a moment. You can stop carrying all of it. You can let the thoughts sit beside you instead of on top of you. They'll still be there later if they need to be, but they don't need your full attention right now. Right now, you can just listen, or half listen, or drift in and out. You don't need to follow every word. You don't need to relax correctly. That's not a thing, by the way. There is no perfect way to relax. No gold star for the most peaceful breathing. No certificate for being the calmest person in the room. Although, if there were, I'm sure someone would try very hard to win it, which would rather defeat the point. So, no, you don't have to win at resting. You don't have to perform being okay. You don't have to become still all at once. You can arrive exactly as you are. Tired, restless, curious, distracted, a little sad, a little lonely, a little hopeful, a little unsure. All of that is allowed here. Maybe your mind is busy. That's all right. Minds do that. They collect things, old conversations, tomorrow's tasks, tiny worries that somehow become very important at midnight. Something embarrassing you said 5 years ago that absolutely nobody else remembers. A shopping list, a song lyric, a question you forgot to ask, a feeling you don't quite know what to do with. It's a lot in there sometimes. No wonder you're tired. So let's make this simple. For the next little while, you don't have to sort all of it. You don't have to name everything. You don't have to fix yourself. You can just let my voice be nearby. A quiet thread to follow. Nothing more complicated than that. If you want to, you can take a slow breath. Just one. No need to make a whole exercise out of it. Just breathe in and let it go. There. That's enough. You did beautifully. See? Very easy to impress me, apparently. I want this channel to feel like a familiar place. Not necessarily because every video is the same. I hope they aren't. I want room for stories, room for characters, room for moods, room for odd little ideas that show up and refuse to leave. But underneath all of that, I want the feeling to be familiar. Soft voices, quiet moments, good company. A place where you can slow down without anyone asking too much of you, a place where you can rest, focus, drift, or just feel a little less alone for a while. And if you come back someday, I hope it feels a little like returning to a room you already know. You know where the comfortable chair is, you know the lamp that gives off warm light, you know there's probably tea somewhere, you know the rain might start up outside if we're lucky. And you know you don't have to explain why you're there. You can just arrive. That's what I'd like to build. Slowly, gently, one quiet recording at a time. Maybe today is just the first little step, a door opening, a voice saying hello, a small beginning. Nothing grand, but I like small beginnings. They don't ask too much of you, they just invite you in. So, if you're still here, thank you. Thank you for spending a little time with me. Thank you for lending me your attention, even if only a sleepy corner of it. That counts too. Especially that, maybe. Sleepy attention is very precious. Not always reliable, but precious. Before you go, or before you drift, let's make this even quieter. There's nowhere to rush, nothing you need to prove, nothing you need to become before you're allowed to rest. You are allowed a soft moment simply because you need one. You are allowed to pause. You're allowed to be cared for by small things, a voice, a story, a quiet room, a little bit of time where no one is asking you to be anything other than here. So get comfortable. Let the day loosen its grip if it can. Let your thoughts move a little more slowly. Let your body remember that it doesn't have to stay braced forever. And if all you do is breathe a little easier for a few minutes, that's enough. I'll be here again soon with another quiet moment, another story, another voice, another little place to land. But for now, stay as long as you'd like. And when you're ready, or when you aren't, thank you for being here.